guys, it's Borkson. Hello, welcome to my channel if you are new here, and welcome back if you've been here before. So guys, I have all my pictures from my family home are sterilized. Not all of them, but like a little stack that my dad, some of his favorite pictures. I tried to make this video before, but I showed something that YouTube probably would not like me to show, so I had to delete that video, unfortunately. But I have... So can you even read it? I don't want to get out personal information. Anyway, guys, so I went through the pictures and I scoped out the ones that I think would be a problem. Because this man loved his armor. He was an expert in the army, in military, my father, in case you guys know. Well, today is a perfect day to film this video, because today actually would have been my father's 92nd birthday. And you're looking at me going, Borkson, 92nd? Aren't you like in your 30s? Yes, guys. My father was 60 almost when I was born. My father was 60. And look, he's wearing that same jacket again. Dude, toss it in the garbage. Guys, my dad wore 2 jackets. He liked to wear a lot. 3, mainly 3. He had a lot of jackets that he just would not get rid of. And I have pictures here where he's holding children. He's with one of my brothers. I have pictures here where he's with my siblings. Hold on, guys. I probably should have segregated out the ones with my siblings so I don't show those. Hold on. So, guys, I just went through real quick and I segregated out 2 piles, which is like half these pictures of my siblings. Now, guys, please keep in mind that these camera rolls, I think, are around the same time. This is 1978, my dad and brother together, and then this one is 1987. So they are about a 10-year age gap. Now, I want to say real quick before I get into this, only one of these pictures is of me, and it's on my prom date and I. Only, and I want to stress this, only because these pictures go up to 87, I believe. I was not born into the early 90s. So that is why I'm not here. And it's not that my father didn't favor me of my siblings. I want to get into say this right now. I was actually the favoritism. I was the favorite. You know, it was very obvious. I was the favorite. Our pictures are still at home. I want to say my favorite picture of my dad and I, it's a tie. There's 3 that I will, because I can't, 2 I will show on here. Me and him went to his company picnic. My dad was a worker at a hospital. He was a mailman. So they had a picnic for children. It wasn't for special kids because I wasn't classified as disabled yet at the time. I think it was around the time of my first seizure too. So Dad had taken me, and they had clowns. And you guys know I love clowns because I love Moonette and Molly from the Big Comfy Couch. And there was a clown. I was reaching out to the clown. That picture, they took our picture. They put it in Dad's newspaper. That picture, unfortunately, it's still in my dad's old bedroom, which you guys know is my doll room. It's in my doll room. It's in my dresser in my family home. So, guys, the other picture I like is me sitting on my dad's lap. First off, I was way too old to be doing that, but I was 10, and I was mentally a lot younger. I mean, IQ-wise, I was older than 10, but I was mentally younger than 10. And I cut my first bangs. I was showing them off to Dad. And then my other favorite picture is actually in my phone. I will not be showing it because it's literally the last day of his life or so. It's like literally, I think it was taken the last day of his life. And so he's hooked up the tubes. He's on life support. We ain't showing that. I look kind of good. He looks good in the picture too, but out of respect for the fact that Dad was a modest person, I'm not showing that picture. Further ado, let's get in the video. So, guys, this lovely lady here, I've been told my whole life, is who I take after. Sorry, guys, look, this is my grandmother. I have that rocking chair. By the way, guys, this picture was taken in my house. If you guys don't know, my house, as I prefer to, is my family home. It was her house originally. Her second husband bought her the house. Long story short, he left the picture and gave her the house. She had to pay for the house. So he didn't buy her the house. He bought it in his name. She had to pay for it. This guy, that is my couch, and that's my rocking chair. That chair my dad had sitting there until I was 16. It eventually rotted. He finally threw it away. Clap, Dad. Clap. You finally threw something out in 90 years, Dad. You know. Guys, that's my curtains, and they are my lamp behind her. But that is my grandmother. Guys, everything here, and that is a picture I have at my house. This is because it was her house, guys, and all my furniture is still the same. Once again, that's my couch. That's my lamps. Those chairs are gone. Let me see, guys. Yeah. That is my makeup table, I think. Hold on, guys. Let me see. I'm visually impaired, guys. But yeah, that's my makeup table. And that's my table my TV is on, by the way. My TV that me and Dad bought. Not a surprise or something in the house I bought. They're my lamps, and that is my grandmother. And I have that. That is technically my... I think I might have that coat. Yeah, and look, there's my grandmother younger. The picture is in the same place it has been for 40 years. These must be some of my cousins at... I don't know what house. This is probably my house. I don't know. I don't know. I don't talk to Dad's side of the family much. Guys, and this is my father, okay? Guys, you see this? That is my lamp, my table. That table's need to go out for years because one of our dogs chewed it, okay? That is mine. I have that. That. There, I have that. It's in my tea cart. Well, guys, honestly, everything you guys see here, I say it's mine. That's mine. But really, it was my grandmother's stuff. It just, when she died, my dad inherited the house, and she passed away because he was her caregiver towards the end. Spoiler alert, guys. And this is a sad thing. My grandmother fell down the steps backwards and broke her ribs. And then she went to take medicine, and the doctors, they gave her medicine. My grandmother couldn't speak English well. She wasn't born here. My grandmother was born in Italy, and it's believed that she may have been an illegal immigrant. She was born in Naples, Italy. She came here and met an Italian man whose parents are from Italy, and together they had 4 children. But anyway, guys, I have this jacket. I have this suit. Okay, when we were burying my dad, I have that suit. It was in my closet. That's why it wasn't in his. It was in mine. But I'm going to give that away. Anyway, guys, my grandmom took medicine and she... owed and indeed. Because the doctor didn't monitor her medicine. Okay, guys. So this is my grandmother here. That chair, like I said, my dad threw out. That is that's my table, my end table. I still have that. Oh no, guys, that's my end table. I have it in my room, and no, it's not it's in my dining room. It's where I put my dolls on. You guys have seen these tables. My dolls are on them. I have that lamp. Guys, that's my great-grandparents right there. This cutout like this is exactly like this. Still, like I say, a lot of these pictures take place at my house. So like I say, guys, anyway, my grandmother, when she passed away, she willed the house to my father, who then refused to move into it. Guys, this is my dad's old house. My dad had his own house up in the greater northeast of our area. I'm not going to say exactly where for family protection, because that was my brother and sister's childhood home. It was a beautiful house, but it wasn't home to me because Granny's house is home. That was my home, guys. Look how beautiful this is. This was my home, and there's my grandmother. I have that necklace. That dress, I think, was tossed out. That's my rocking chair that my action figures are sitting on at the moment. But this is my grandmom in front of there. Guys, she's actually who I take after. A lot of people ask, like, who do I take after? Because my mom was, like, 6'1". My dad was originally 6'3.5", like, almost 6'4". My brother is, like, 6'1.5". Like, my whole family are tall 6-footers. Here I come out 5'1.5". This is who I take after. She was, like, 5'2". Real small woman. Once again, oh, sorry, I think there might be writing on the front of this. Oh, I can't read it. Sounds like you guys can. This is my grandmother. Now, this comes up to about her shoulder length. So we're probably, maybe she was 5'1". These are those dreaded stairs that I hate more than life itself. These are the stairs. This is my beautiful grandmother, first off. Look at her. Look how beautiful she is. This is my grandmother posing by the stairway to heaven, as I call it. Because my grandmother fell down those stairs and resulted in her death. My father fell down those same stairs and resulted in his death. So sorry, stairs at my house. I hate you more than a passion. Guys, I actually was saying to my uncle who took me in after my father passed away that I want to tear those stairs out. I want to tear them out and completely rebuild them so that I never fall down them. And I'm just going to sell the house, I think, guys. I'm afraid of the house, to be honest. I'm not afraid of the house. It's my home. I'm afraid of these stairs. You guys see these stairs? I'm scared to living crap of them. I used to have panic attacks because of these stairs. When I go home and I walk in that front door, I have panic attacks because of these stairs. They are my brutal enemy, and I would love to tear them out so they can't do to any other family what they've done to me and mine. But ignore that fact. Look how beautiful this woman is. Look how gorgeous she is. I mean, this is old me. This is kind of what I think I'll look like as an old lady. But she's holding on to those dreaded stairs. Which is funny, guys, because my father used to say my whole life, Borkson, hold on to the stairs. Borkson, hold on to the stairs. Because I'm the type that would walk down thinking, the gyms. I don't want to hold on to the stairs. So, guys, this is my dad. And this isn't my house. So I don't know where he's posing here. It's probably the same day. Same suit. Maybe not. The man loved his suits, okay? He was a good looking man. Look, this daddy. Whoever's taking these pictures, may I say, you don't know how to take pictures and should never take another one. I have that suit. And I recognize this to be my father. He's just a little, this is in 1985. So that's daddy in 1985. This is 2 years prior to one brother being born. My other siblings were adults. This is post Danny and Johnny. So this is 7 years before I was born. Let's do the math. Okay, I have something cocky to say about this picture. Don't even know who these little kids are Dad's engaging with. I can kind of tell this is my dad by the silhouette, but my visual impairment's not. I have visual impairment. That is my dad young. That's dad, 1980s. So 34, 44, 54, 64, 74, 84. 1980. So he's not quite. See, in 1980, he's 30. He's 45 here. My dad was born in 1934. He's talking nice to this cute little girl. My answer to him is, why don't you fall down the steps and break your neck where she can hear it? Yeah, you didn't do that, did you, Dad? No, you waited for me. So, guys, I know I make jokes about broken necks a lot. That's because, like I say, my grandmother fell down the steps at our family home, broke her ribs, and she had an issue with the medication that she took too much and passed. My father fell down, like I said, the same stairs and broke his neck in front of me while I watched and while I heard it. And I want to say, if YouTube videos go to heaven, how dare you, Dad? I will never mentally be the same. How dare you? First off, I'll say, how dare you always be in love with that house? My dad was a mama's boy. And this is my grandmother out to dinner. Nothing negative to say about this. I probably have the jewelry that she's wearing. I got a lot of her costume jewelry when she passed away. Well, because I wasn't born yet, and my dad has a museum. Guys, funny, my house is a museum to my grandmother, a woman that my grandmom died in the 80s. I missed her by 6 years, me and her lifetime overlapping. But there's a lot of similarities between me and my grandmother. I don't even know who this is with my grandmother. May I say, guys, I never asked Dad. This isn't my dad. This isn't my dad, and this isn't my brother. This isn't Rupert, and this isn't Dad. So I don't know who this is. Oh, this could be, you know what this could be? Sorry, guys, I hiccup sometimes. This isn't even my house, I don't think. Yes, it is. This is my house. This might be my house. Because this is my decoration right here, and it's COVID like this is my house. But then, oh, this is in the dining room, guys. This is my house. This is the dining room. But I don't know who this is. This is my house, though. This is my grandmother at Christmas. Guys, like I said, I have this tree still. That table there I have, you guys know, is my makeup table. That is my rocking chair, my couch. Look, she's got a bag in there like I usually do. That's my grandmother, and I still have everything in this house. It's funny. So this, I don't even know, I think this is Christmas, 1983, yep. This is a couple years before she fell. So you guys gotta understand why I hate falls. I lost my mother because of a fall that she became disabled severely because she fell and broke her hip. My dad fell on the stairs. My grandmother fell on the stairs. So I am just like, I hate falls. I don't know who this kid is. It ain't marked, so I'm gonna have to ask the family because this isn't my brother's. Like my brother, that might be. You know what? It's not the right frame to be my brother. My brother was a teenager. This picture's so cute, guys. I still have that. I can tell this is my house. The family calls it Granny's house, but it's mine. Granny, that's your granny. A couple of my cousins, I don't know who these people are. I think it's my cousin Marianne, maybe my cousin Christine. Guys, look. This isn't Granny's baby doll she's holding, so she's at Christmas time. So she's holding somebody's baby doll. My cousin's holding, looks like similar to Cabbage Patch. It may be Cabbage Patch, or maybe knockoffs. This is really cute. That's not Granny's doll, because I have Granny's doll. She's at my house. You guys know her as Baby. Baby's in my house. She's getting really old, but this is my house. I can tell by the layout. I still have that. Nope, that table, guys, this is funny. This table is not my table. My table came from my dad's first house with his ex-wife. So that table my dad gave to my cousin Joey. So, surprise! Something's different than when Grandmom had the house. So my table was over more. Oh yeah, this is cute. This is a pretty setup. There's my grandmother. Some of the same kid. This is Christmas, I think, or Easter. Oh, this is my grandmom. This is oh gosh, guys, something got on this picture. This is my grandmom. So yeah, she left the street there. I think my grandmother, we believe, had myasthenia gravis. She had trouble walking. She had a lot of disabilities and stuff, but hello, she fits right in here. Her shoes, and she said she kept the place nice. I mean, I have it somewhat like this, but be honest, guys, I spent my whole life taking care of her disabled son. I don't got the time. So this is just a picture of the house at Christmas, really cute. Still went through to make sure there's no duplicates. This is my grandmother helping one of the kids at Christmas at my house or Easter. I can't tell if these are Christmas or Easter. Dad never said it's Christmas or Easter. The letters and with the kids, ain't that cute? I got to be before 86. My grandmother at my house. My house, you guys have seen my living room and my house tours before my house got beat up and messed up really bad. My house now looks like an episode of Hoarders because Dad didn't have to throw anything away. Or me, because I was taking care of him. Guys, those pictures are hung up somewhere else in the house. I also have a picture of my dad, and guys, actually, that's my table right there. Grandmother, guys, this is my other grandmother. This is my mom's mom getting ready to go out with her girlfriends on a girls' night. Going out girls' day with her friends. Oh, let me see. Audrey and Teresa's mom with one of her friends, Miss Bowers, and the other one's still alive. I don't want Mrs. Murphy, but I think Mrs. Murphy's still alive. She's just like 90 something. I do know Mrs. Murphy's first name, but we're not going to say it on here because I'm pretty sure she's still with us. And I think I never knew Mr. Murphy, who was my grandpa's friend. I never realized he had the same name as my dad. His name was Rupert. It's so funny. I was like, oh my goodness, I never knew that. So Granny with a bunch of people, like, come on, Granny, they're the ones that are going to care for your son when it's the end of his life? Nope. This here is my grandmother. That one thing there died shortly after she did. And my dad said that she talked to it and acted like it was one of her kids. And then he tried to take over and it didn't work. This is my grandmother. This is a picture. I seen this and I didn't realize the wallpaper is different and it's in the house currently. So I thought this was my dad's girlfriend. I was like, she's pretty. I was like, but Dad, doesn't that look like an old lady me? This setup over here is slightly different too. And guys, please excuse those racist, like I would say, those racist salt and pepper shakers. Randy lived in a different time where that was okay. I have those, but I don't use them because they're racist. I don't like that, having shown people colors because, well, guys, never think of it. My family, we don't look at you as color. Maybe Granny just got them thinking they were cute. They're an African-American couple of salt and pepper shakers. I don't think she took anything bad to it. Cute picture of Granny and some of her grandkids at Christmas. I don't see those grandkids coming around to see Uncle Pert. Well, some of them did. I don't know who any people are here, okay? I don't know who any people are, so I'm just going to go right past them. These are pictures of my dad. This is my dad. I have that jacket still. My brother's wearing it in one of the pictures. But I have this jacket. That's his camper. That camper got stolen outside of our house. This is his dad on it in 1977, 78, yeah. Now this is my dad. Guys, this is my house, my childhood. This can't be my childhood. No, this isn't my childhood home. This is the apartment my parents had. Yes, it is. It's the apartment. Guys, hold on. I'm having a memory. My dad telling me this is the apartment my parents had before they bought my grandfather's house. And yes, you heard me right. They bought my grandfather's separate house he had separate from when he lived with my grandmother. He bought a house for his children to live in. Then he sold it to my grandmom sold it to my parents. My house, you guys always hear me talking about. So the house where I consider my family home was given to us in the will from my grandmother. But that I have that decoration still. It's in the basement of my house. I love this. Look, I don't even know who this. That's my aunt, I think. That's my Aunt Mary Ellen, I think. There's Daddy, looking so handsome. Well, he not fall down the steps and break his neck in front of his daughter. How about you try that, Bert? How about it? This is in my house. I can tell just from that. That's my table Dad's standing there. So this is Dad. I have that suit too. He looks really Latin in this picture. Like I could see now why people say that he looked Colombian. I can see it. This is one of my favorite pictures of Dad. I need to get this framed. He's about 20, according to the 1954. He would be 20 in this picture. Young and look at this. Who would think this man would fall down the steps and break his neck in front of his daughter? Go paralyzed. And neck. Dad go, oops, sorry, honey. Like, he already had disabilities. If you guys are new here, my dad was in a side-on collision when he was about 18 and messed up his leg. He had to have surgery. I'll probably go into a video about this later on into the future, because I do think that accident led to his legs. He had permanent nerve damage. He had trouble walking after that. He almost had to have his right leg amputated. They had to do intensive surgery to save his leg. So this is a few years. This picture's a few years after his accident. No, I'm coming to commenting happy birthday, Uncle Pert. This is Dad here. This is in my house. He looks good here. This just says Rupert on it, so I don't know what year this is. But taken, he's probably in his 40s. He's smiling, so I doubt it. Dad smiling is so creepy because he only used to smile only for me and probably for his mother. He was a big old mama's boy. You see a picture of a mama's boy, he comes up. Now this guy, he's somewhere fancy. I think he said he was with Uncle Joe and Aunt Gloria here, my aunt and uncle. His sister and his brother-in-law. How handsome. I think he's at the art museum here. It doesn't say on the back. It just says Rupert on it. I'm like Rupert Danchek on the back. So I don't know who it is, but it's what it is. But this is Dad. This is definitely Dad. Look how handsome and strong and strapping and just, ooh, he looks there. Like, who would think this man here would fall down the steps? Like, who would think that? But look how happy he is there. He is, I would take it, he's 20 here, maybe 22, maybe 19. Okay, guys, so I have some pictures that are of Dad and my siblings. I like to keep that picture of him on top. So I'm going to just thumb cover my brother. This is Dad. And Pert, one of my brothers. This is Dad's car. Dad was always a car man. I don't know whatever happened to his car, but currently I think it's downstairs. I'm going to do this so you cannot see my brother and sister's face. My brother is still with us. My sister is not. In front of Dad's car. And look, they don't look very happy to be posing in front of Daddy's car, to be honest. Looks like Dad's just like, oh, come on, kids, pose in front of Daddy's car. This one here is, once again, probably a duplicate of them posing in front of the car. I'm covering their face because I don't have their permission to show them. My sister is no longer with us. My brother is, I could easily just ask him, but I don't think he wants his picture shown, so I'm going to cover his face. There is Pert standing at my house in front of Granny's stuff. Like he said this was the last time I showed him this picture. He was so thankful. He said this is the last time I seen Granny before she passed. Well, I'm not gonna cover Granny. She's not here. My brother and Granny. I actually thought this could have been my dad at first, but it's not. It's my brother. Same dark hair. Well, I'm not gonna cover Dad because he's not here and he wouldn't care. There is my dad and sister. That's car again. My dad and brother. The haircut is so 70s behind you. You know who I think Dad looks like in some of these pictures? Like I say, Phil from Modern Family. That's who Dad looks like. Yep. And this is my brother. Sorry, Dad's camper. Dad lived in that camper for a while before he was. And there's a picture of my sister, but I don't even think. There you go. My sister and her high school diploma. My version is pictures at my house. Hold on, guys. So, guys, this is Dad, his sister, and his wife. The one over my ring finger, the one on my middle finger, is his wife, I believe. This one is his sister. I don't want to show their face. This is my dad's ex-wife getting ready to go out with her friends. Ain't that looking at? She was a beautiful woman. I'm gonna give her that. And this is Dad, I think with his ex. Well, it could be his sister. I'm not sure. Honestly, guys, they look pretty similar. With my uncle, my uncle Joe. This is Uncle Joey. Guys, let me tell you something. When he passed away, nobody told us. Guys, when Uncle Joey passed away, nobody told me for 8 years. So I was heartbroken. I spent 2 weeks crying. Like I was a mess because I didn't know my uncle passed away. Guys, there's more pictures over here. But they're my middle brother, my younger brother. Not younger to me. I am the youngest of 4 children, like I say. The brother between me and Pert, so would be the oldest from the same mom as me. An older brother, but the younger of my two brothers. I'm not showing him because I don't have his permission to show it. He's a more private person, I think, out of all of us. So his pictures aren't going to be shown for his own protection. Okay, guys, if you guys like this kind of videos, I know that I babble on a little bit about Dad's accidents and all, but it happened. You know what, guys? In the end of this, I don't want Dad's legacy to be to fall. I want his legacy to be, he chose me first. Like, I was his number one girl. My dad even said, he loved his mother. He loved his wives. He loved his other daughters. He loved his granddaughters. He'd say, but there's always something special about the way you love your daughter. Dad even said that. He loved his nieces. He loved his mother. He was a mama's boy. Let's admit it. He even died the same way his mother did. He loved his wives. He loved his granddaughters. He even said, but there's just a special way you love your daughter. Now, my father even asked for my sister. My sister passed from COVID. That's why I covered her. That's why I covered her face up. My sister passed away from COVID. She was a caretaker and she contracted COVID and died. She also is similar to me, so we both have like issues and stuff. But I'm more of a daddy's girl myself, so I know. I think I would. Oh, I wouldn't say my dad had a favorite. He told me he loved all 4 of his kids the same. Really? Okay. Well, he did. I was Dad's caregiver at the end. I'm the one who, when he'd go to the bathroom, I'm the one that would clean up. I'm the one who would make his drinks. I'm the one who told him he was my handsome prince. I told him every day he was my handsome prince. He said, oh, don't say that. When you say I'm your handsome prince, it sounds like I rule over everybody. I'm like, what you do? You're my number one. I say that about my dogs, too. That they're my handsome men. And I did show King a few pictures so you know what his grandpa looked like. My dog is here. Okay, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this very long video. Anyway, guys, 90 years is a beautiful lifetime. My father was a child when World War II happened. My uncle and father used to talk about the blackout. They talk about the blackout curtains. My uncle, he talks about blackout curtains. My uncle is my father's last living sibling. He is 94 years old. Looks at the blackout curtains and when they were teaching him in schools and all. So it's so cool. I gotta get a hold of him. I've been trying to get a hold of Uncle Giuseppe for a long time. I used to love hearing my dad tell me stories about how his grandmother, my father's grandmother, was born in Naples, Italy. And when she would call out for the boys, she would call out Raphael, which you guys know is my dad's oldest brother. Giuseppe, Ruperto, where are you guys? That's the only thing she could say was their names. Like, the woman they all have Italian names. She couldn't speak English. And she used to play the guitar. Not guitar. She's guitars, and she used to have piano. She'd play the piano, and she'd cook. My dad said he'd pound on her piano all day, and she never said nothing. But my dad's other grandmother also was an immigrant from Italy. So, my whole family was they were Italian immigrants from Italy. They're very proud very proud Italian Americans. They used to have get-togethers, and it's so sweet to think that, guys, but they're all gone now, so no, they're not. Like I said, Uncle Giuseppe is the only one still around at 94, and he said to me the last time we spoke, he said, I'm slowing down, I'm going to be joining my brothers, and I was like, you stop talking like that, Uncle Giuseppe, you're not joining Uncle Raphael, you stop talking like that. he says, I'm gonna go be with Raphael soon, and I'm like, we ain't gonna go be with Raphael soon. He's not really talking. He's a funny dude. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed getting a little input on my family life. This video is going up right now. And happy Dad's birthday, because like I said in the beginning of the video, today would have been Daddy's 92nd birthday. But guys, my dad went to Catholic school, and he told me stories about that. He went to school he was a teenager in the 50s. He was a teenager in the 40s. Like, I wasn't a teenager until the 2000s, late mid-2000s. And I wasn't being a teenager until 2012. So that's amazing for me. I was a teenager in the mid-2000s. He was a teenager in the 1940s and 50s. And like I said, I was a teenager in the 2000s and the 2010s because I lapped over a little bit. Okay, guys, share, subscribe. Go and hit that bell for post notifications. And guys, also know this is a more private, more personal video. So if there's any weird comments like, oh, handicaps and stuff, I will be blocking because I'm not putting up with that. But keep in mind, guys, that my father's life did end in tragedy. But he survived a motorcycle accident that my father had atrial fibrillation. He had myasthenia gravis, which is a genetic condition that is deteriorating over lifetime. He hurt his leg when he was 18, 17, 19 on a bike. Side-on collision, like I said earlier, and almost had to have his leg amputated. He had to have a lot of surgeries. He had scars going down his legs on both sides because it happened more than once. He used to hang out with his dirt lot friends. And Janelle, I think, was a covered story. I think he hurt his leg in the army. The other leg, he said he hurt hanging with his dirt lot friends, and one of them cut his leg, and it was bad. So I think it was something in the army. My father was a soldier in the army. I think he was around Vietnam. I think he was in an active duty. He just never told me. My father won a Purple Heart defending his troops. That is something to be so proud of. My father always said it was his mom's friend's heart. It wasn't, guys. I'm pretty sure it was Dad's Purple Heart, which I have in my jewelry box at my house. Because my father went on to have 2 wives, 4 children, 6 grandchildren, and a great-grandson. That he never even... My father, guys, and it breaks my heart the most is my father is somebody's great-grandfather. I have a great-nephew. My dad never knew. His nephew was born a few months before he passed away. His great-grandson was born. My father suffered strokes. My father had cancer. I mean, that's heartbreaking. He had prostate cancer. That the doctors... I knew, guys, the moment that gene mutated, I felt it. But nobody believed me. It's all, she's silly, she's weird, she's just digging a boohoo stuff. Guys, I was right. My father took a stroke in front of me while I watched. Of course, I go to the doctor with him, but he had a stroke in the middle of the night. He loved to cook, guys. This man could cook Italian food. He loved to cook. But at the end, he couldn't even... the stroke didn't affect his arms. It affected his legs. And then January 23rd, 2025, I was bit by a spider a couple days before. I had taken a nap, and I was sleeping on the couch. I was sleeping almost all day. Now, I'm his caregiver. What am I doing sleeping? Man, wouldn't let me call in professional caregivers. He went upstairs to go to the bathroom to get a drink of water. You know, he had to have his water bottle. He had to have one water bottle, guys, by his bed. So he went upstairs to go to the bathroom to get a drink of water, brush his teeth, even though I had toothbrushes downstairs for him, and to go to bed. He would not let me bring his bed downstairs, and he went upstairs in the middle of the night to go to bed, and he fell down the steps, breaking his ribs, collapsing his lung. He had lung cancer as well, guys. I just got to say that he had lung cancer as well. Shattered and dislocated his left shoulder, broke both his forearms, broke both his collarbones, and broke his neck. Collarbone. He broke both of them, and he broke his neck. While I watched in horror. It woke me up, guys. I was asleep, and I woke up to it. It was the worst day of my life. But like I said, guys, I'm going to end the video on a positive note. My dad's life, he did not die in vain. He said he had many people he loved in his lifetime, but one that was pushy and overbearing in a good way and overbearing in a bad way was stuck by his side, even paralyzed and neck down. Me. I'm pushy. I'm overbearing. I don't know my place. But me not knowing my place, I knew something was wrong. He was like, oh, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to stroke out on the floor. Guys, I will still say for the rest of my life that was the most horrific thing that ever happened to me. There will be no worse day than that. I'm afraid of stairs, but I'll make it through. Anyway, guys, I want to end this note on a happy note. Dad lived 90 years on this earth, and for the majority of them, he was healthy. Like, yay! And also, guys, he even said he prayed for an angel to save him, or for God to call him home when he was sick, when he was diagnosed with myasthenia gravis in the year 2000. And you know what he said? He said he realized in that moment he had his angel, me. I took care of him. Guys, honestly, I mean, if he could have survived the accident and been paralyzed and neck down, I would have been like, yeah. This is just a new chapter, guys. But I want to end this on a positive note, guys. My father was a soldier. My father was a husband. My father was a dad. Father and dad are the same thing, but you know, like, he was a dad figure. He also was a stepfather figure to a few of my cousins that he was co-raising with another set of my aunt and uncle. So he was a surrogate stepdad to my two cousins, who he cried for until the day he died. He wanted those boys. So he took care of 4 of his own children. He had 6 grandchildren. That's a lot. A great-grandson and two nephews that weren't even biologically related to him, that he was taking in, and he was ready to, he actually asked my uncle to sign over rights to the boys to him. Because my dad wanted to legally adopt my cousins and my other cousins. So Danny, Johnny, and my cousin Brian, my dad almost adopted. He was in the process of adopting Brian when Derek was born. So that would have been so weird. But anyway, guys, this story is not going to end on a sad note. He was loved. He had so many people, and he is a man who loved his daughters even in death. He loved his daughters, and he loved his sons. He said, I love my sons and my daughters. There's a special place in my heart for my daughters. And I looked at him and went, he's a special place in my heart for you. And I was like, darn right. One time, guys, I played this song, I Loved Her First. And I was playing it for myself. It's a song about this man telling his future son-in-law, I loved her first. Like, there's a place in my heart that will always be hers. And I played the song for my dad. He said, whoever sung that song and whoever wrote that song, they know what it's like. It's probably a father. And I played it for him, and he said, oh, he was loving the song. Like, yeah, it's a modern song. So yes, guys, like Dad said, a part of his heart will always be mine. Even if that heart has stopped beating over a year ago. Okay, guys, on a positive note, I love yous all. 90, well, Dad lived practically 91. He died 2 months and 7 days short of 91. That is amazing. His brother is 94. That is amazing. Okay, guys, in the comment, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for post notifications. And remember, if you have nothing nice to say, please don't say it, because it comes for Daddy. I will fight. Bye-bye, guys.